Stephen Jones.
Well, starting off with the live stream, looking to the west, you can see we had plenty of sunshine today. Starting to see a little bit more of that upper level cloud cover working in from the west as well. But overall, still quite a bit of sunshine out there. Temperatures pushing up pretty warm today, definitely above average into the 70s here in San Angelo and across much of the Concho Valley. Right now at the 5 p.m. hour, still seeing that 70-degree mark here in town, as well as off to the north for Robert Lee and Ballinger right now. The rest of y'all coming in the 60s, it looks like, across the Concho Valley. 69 there in Sterling City, off towards the I-10 corridor. 66 right now in Junction, 68 there in Sonora, so only about 4 degrees or so across the Concho Valley. And when we're looking at those winds, they've also been pretty gusty today, about 15 to 25 miles an hour out of the south going through the past 3 hours. You can see those gusts upwards of 30 miles an hour at times. Overall, those are starting to lighten up going into the evening, and that's going to continue that trend, at least lightening up of the winds going into the overnight hours. As far as the moisture looking, it's looking a lot different than yesterday. Yesterday we were in those 20s and 30s for dew points. Now we're up to the 50s is what we're looking at. Junctions at that 57-degree dew point here in San Angelo, 51, 50 off to the northwest in Sterling City. But we're going to continue to see these to rise going into the next couple of days as we still see more of the southerly flow, a little bit of dry air tomorrow with westerly flow. But overall, we're still going to be watching that trend continue with more moisture on the way. You can see where we start to get that little bit of westerly flow, but straight behind it, more of those greens working back into the Concho Valley, especially blues into the eastern half of the state. That looks where most of the moisture is going to be, as well as most of that rainfall with these systems passing through. But we could still pick up a little bit going into Monday in terms of those rain chances. Upper level pattern going to show you these short waves moving through the central parts of the United States, not getting down too far south, but that one should drop a small cold front our way by Monday. But then by Wednesday, look at this trough that works into the United States, looking a lot stronger and dipping a little bit further south. That's looking like the stronger cold front going into Wednesday. That's going to cool us off nicely, bringing those daytime highs down to the 50s and maybe those overnight lows back into those freezing levels, it looks like. For right now, the national satellite, they're dealing with some rain and freezing rain going into Iowa, unfortunately. And all this moisture working into the west coast. Of course, we've still got some of that subtropical moisture working over the mountains of Mexico. Still for the panhandle of the state, still going to wait to see some of that activity working into the eastern half of the state as the system progresses eastward. You're going to see that pretty well here on the Futurecast, how going into tonight, if you're trying to see that meteor shower, it looks like maybe try to get out a little bit earlier. By midnight, I think we should still be having some clearing clouds, but look how they're going to return pretty quickly going into 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 a.m. We're going to see a lot of that low-level cloud cover thanks to all the moisture and even the potential for some patchy fog, so be ready for that as well. But then going into tomorrow afternoon, that's where we look to brighten back up. Plenty of sunshine back across the Concho Valley, and that's going to be the trend that continues into Sunday as well, where we see more of that cloud cover in the mornings and then maybe some more sun going into Sunday afternoon, but definitely looking like a little bit more cloud cover than we see tomorrow as we go into Sunday afternoon. So for the overnight hours, it's looking a little bit warmer, only down to those lower or maybe those mid-50s with those winds out of the southwest about 5 to 10 miles an hour, and keep an idea there could be that patchy fog around. Tomorrow we're going to go up to that 73-degree mark, looking pretty great outside with the light breeze out of the west about 5 to 10, and then going through the next 7 days, we have a great weekend ahead. Then we get that first cold front that pushes in, could see some isolated shower activity pushing in by Monday, and then the stronger front is working in by Wednesday, where we're going to see those daytime highs in the 50s, and then we're going to see that warming trend continue as we see those overnight lows freezing, but then push back into the 40s by the end of next week. That's all for your 7-day forecast.